I think I probably need a new intro. Hey! I'm trying to put the Yu-Gi-Oh story more in line with the game it advertises for. I'm doing this by rewriting the duels to respect the rules, card pool, and text from the real-life game. Updating the series to include more modern cards and strategies, and tweaking the story to account for these changes, with some small improvements along the way. I'm Varus, and this is my Yu-Gi-Oh rewrite. Last time I kinda left you guys on a cliffhanger, so let's move right on with what's probably on the episode title. Mokuba Kaiba vs. Dark Yugi. Kaiba gestures to a large billboard in the arena. He tells Yugi that this exhibition is structured in the manner of a 4-person bracket. Before Yugi can face Kaiba, Yugi must defeat someone else first. When Dark Yugi asks who his opponent is, out comes Mokuba. Kaiba introduces him as his younger brother. Mokuba's gaze will be one of anger, directed at Yugi. Though Kaiba introduced him, he doesn't act particularly confident about the situation. He moves on anyway, stating that if Yugi can defeat Mokuba, they'll be permitted to have a rematch. Yugi initially refuses, declaring Mokuba to be unrelated to their fight. But Kaiba informs Yugi that if he refuses, the security detail managing the event are armed, and currently have weapons trained on his friends. Dark Yugi notes Mokuba's young age, but Kaiba will dismiss his concern, stating that he's currently staring down the current junior duelist champion, essentially a champion of a division of much younger duelists, and that underestimating him isn't a good idea. When the pair get into the duel box, Dark Yugi is practically interrogated by Mokuba, being asked question after question about his fight with Kaiba. Dark Yugi finds the questions odd and asks Mokuba if he's here for revenge. Mokuba answers that no, he's not. He's here to stop the upcoming duel. Dark Yugi shows confusion at this, and Mokuba explains the Kaiba brothers' history, and moreover, that Kaiba's already sick behavior got even worse after his shadow game with Yugi. 2 people have their lives ruined and 1 has ceased living entirely, all for 3 blue-eyes white dragons. And all occurred after that first game. Mokuba indicates that he could bear some of the transgressions. It was nice to get whatever he wanted, and easy to think that slimy businessmen got what they deserved. But Kaiba is currently in a mental state even Mokuba can't tolerate. Mokuba wholeheartedly believes that Seto is hitting a breaking point. If Yugi fights him again, he might actually go off the deep end, and become truly unforgivable. Now before I move on, I'm going to admit I've made some changes to Mokuba's character. In the original manga, Mokuba's a spoiled cretin who's even willing to form a gang, wield a weapon, and arrange a poisoning game with an antidote for himself ready. However, his character changes somewhat drastically after this event. I think even something as nasty as the experience of death penalty wouldn't suddenly unspoil a rotten rich kid who's under 14 years old. So I've altered his character to be more like his anime counterpart from its base. He has elements of overconfidence, and can be rude at times, but ultimately, he's a somewhat responsible individual, one that befits wanting to take on roles like being a Battle City referee, or helping to organize the Kaiba Corp Grand Prix, etc. Moving back to the story, Dark Yugi notes that Mokuba is a good-hearted soul, and playing with honest feelings. But he reminds Mokuba that he's also fighting for something, and so as duelists, they can't turn away from each other. Now is another good time to set some expectations. Sugoroku's deck is a deck made of love, derived from cards Sugoroku spent his life collecting, all mixed together with few strategies in mind. This means it's actually going to be a complete mess. Yugi is going to be fighting an uphill battle to prove a point, that the cards have a heart, and sometimes, faith in your deck can be its own kind of strength.
Duel! I'm making the first move. Luckily for you, my hand's not the best today. I activate the effect of Thunder Dragon in my hand. By tossing it to the graveyard, 2 Thunder Dragons in my deck are added to my hand. Next, I activate the spell Polymerization.
Polymerization?
Come on, you beat my brother. Don't tell me you don't know what fusion is.
I'm well aware. With polymerization, you can combine the monsters in your hand and field.
That's right. And my favorite part? The fusion monsters I summon are stored right in the extra deck, so I can summon them at any time. The conditions are 1 Thunder Dragon and 1 Thunder Dragon monster from my hand. I fuse Thunder Dragon and Thunder Dragon Matrix. Fusion summon, level 8, the Super Thunder Dragon, Thunder Dragon Colossus.
Only his first turn, he's already summoned a problematic monster.
I'm not done. I activate the spell, Foolish Burial.
He's still going.
I'll toss Thunder Dragonhawk from my deck to the graveyard. Now, for my favorite card, I activate a field spell, Capsule Monster Chess. I'm sure you know this already, but field spells are cards that affect the entire field. We're playing my game now. Capsule Monster Chess is a game where you open monsters from capsules to fight. I use its effect right away. Once per turn, I can place a monster from my graveyard into my spell and trap zone in a capsule. Treat it as a continuous spell. I'll place Thunder Dragon Matrix into a capsule. I'll move to my end phase and use Capsule Monster Chess's second effect.
Again!
Capsule Monster Chess has one other fun feature. Monsters can evolve. By sending a monster card from my field to the graveyard, like my Thunder Dragon Matrix capsule, I can summon a monster from my deck with the same type and attribute, and up to 3 levels higher. Since I sent my level 1 Dragon Matrix, I can play this from my deck. Go! Level 4 Lightning Rod Lord! That ends my turn.
My turn. Draw! I summon Obnoxious Celtic Guard. Next, I'll use a spell card.
Sorry, no can do. My Lightning Rod Lord doesn't let either of us activate spell cards during the main phase.
I can't use spell cards this phase?
And just in case you were thinking of fishing through your deck, Thunder Dragon Colossus also stops you from adding any cards you don't draw from your deck to your hand.
I set 2 cards face down and end my turn.
My turn! Draw! Time to load up another capsule. I'll use my field spells effect to put Thunder Dragon on my field in a capsule. Battle! Lightning Rod Lord! Attack Obnoxious Celtic Guard!
Activate face down, the quick play spell, Arms Regeneration. Until the end of this turn, Obnoxious Celtic Guard gains 800 attack points. Now with 2200, it's stronger than your Lightning Rod Lord. Fairy Blade Slash!
So you use the spell in the battle phase to power up your monster instead. But don't think you're safe. Thunder Dragon Colossus! Judgment Wave!
Unfortunately for you, my Obnoxious Celtic Guard won't bend to raw power. It isn't destroyed in battle with monsters with at least 1900 attack points.
So you weren't just beating my Rod Lord, you were also protecting your monster. That won't last forever. I move to my end phase and use my field spells effect. I send my level 5 Thunder Dragon capsule to the graveyard and summon level 7 Thunderclap Skywolf from my deck. My turn's over.
My turn. Draw! I summon Celtic Guard of Noble Arms. And with my new monster's effect, I can summon 1 more Celtic Guard from my hand. I summon a second Obnoxious Celtic Guard.
Bunch of weaklings.
We'll see how you feel about that after this. I set a card face down and activate the spell card, Backup Rider. I grant my Celtic Guard of Noble Arms 1500 attack points. Now it has more than your Colossus. Battle! My Celtic Guard of Noble Arms can't attack unless my hand is empty. It's a good thing that happens to be the case. Go! Attack his Thunder Dragon Colossus!
My Colossus won't go down so easy. By banishing the Thunder-type Thunder Dragon Matrix from my graveyard, my Colossus isn't destroyed. Next, since my Dragon Matrix was banished, I add another one from my deck to my hand.
I use the effect of my Celtic Guard of Noble Arms. Since it dealt you damage, I draw a card for every Celtic Guard on my field. I draw 3 cards. I set 2 more cards face down. That's all for now.
My turn. I draw. I use the effect of Thunder Dragondark from my hand. By tossing it to the graveyard, I can add another one from my deck to my hand. Now I summon Thunder Dragon Matrix. Since a Thunder monster used its effect from my hand this turn, my Thunder Dragon Matrix can evolve. I tribute Thunder Dragon Matrix to summon, from my extra deck, a second Thunder Dragon Colossus.
Now there's 2 of them.
I'm not done. I'll use my Capsule Monster Chess field spell and place Thunder Dragon Matrix into a capsule. Battle! Colossus! Attack the Celtic Guard of Noble Arms! Judgment Wave!
I activate my trap card, Spellbinding Circle. As long as this continuous trap remains on the field, your Colossus can neither attack nor change its battle position.
Then it's a good thing I've got 2! Second Colossus! Judgment Wave!
You may have destroyed my monster, but that's met the conditions for my second trap. Go, Michizune! Since a monster went to my graveyard, I could destroy 1 monster on the field. I'll take out your Thunderclap Skywolf!
You're really annoying. I'll move to my second main phase. From my hand, I banish Thunder Dragon, so I can evolve my trapped Thunder Dragon Colossus.
What?
This card can be summoned from my extra deck just by banishing a Thunder monster in my hand, along with a Thunder Fusion monster on my field. Come on out, the Thunder God Dragon. Thunder Dragon Titan!
Another fusion monster. Even if I seal them away, they just grow stronger.
And don't think I've forgotten about my capsule. I'll move to my end phase and evolve level 1 Dragon Matrix into level 4 Thunderclap Monk. My turn is over.
My turn. Draw!
At this moment, I'll use a quick effect.
What?
The Thunder Dragondark in my hand can use its effect to replace itself during either of our turns. I'll toss it and add a copy to my hand.
What's the advantage of doing this on my turn? Wait.
But before I grab my monster, Thunder Dragon Titan's effect activates when a Thunder monster uses its effect from the hand. I'll destroy one card on the field. I'll take out one of your obnoxious Celtic guards. Thunder Dragon Titan! Judgment Thunder! Now that your monster's toast, I'll be taking my Dragondark now.
I switch my remaining Celtic guard to defense position and set a card face down. Then I'll use your field spell's effect. I'll place the Celtic guard you just destroyed into a capsule. If things go south, I can use my set materialization to bring out my Celtic guard to protect me. I end my turn.
My move! I draw! I banish the Light Thunder Dragonhawk and Dark Thunder Dragondark from my graveyard.
What?
I summon this, the special summon monster, Thunder Dragonduo! Since they were banished, I'll use the effects of Dragondark and Dragonhawk. Starting with Dragonhawk, I'll shuffle these two cards from my hand back into my deck and draw the same number I put back. After that, it's Dragondark's effect. I can add a Thunder Dragon monster to my hand. I'll add a third Dragon Matrix to my hand. Now that that's over with, I'll use Dragon Matrix's effect from the hand. I'll toss it to the graveyard and activate my Titan's effect again. Titan will destroy obnoxious Celtic guard. Judgment Thunder! Now that's done, Dragon Matrix adds 500 attack to Dragonduo. And since a Thunder monster used its effect in the hand, Dragonduo gains 300 more with its own effect. Now I got more than enough firepower across my field to wipe you out. Battle! Thunder Dragonduo attacks you directly.
I won't let you. Activate Trap! Draining Shield!
Another defense card?
This shield absorbs your attack and converts your monster's attack points into life points for me.
Why won't you just lose? The rest of my monsters attack you directly. Main phase 2. I'll set 2 cards face down and use Capsule Monster Chest to put a Dragon Matrix into a capsule. And at the end of my turn, I'll upgrade it into a level 4 Thunder King Ryo. Ryo's got a similar effect to Colossus. While it's on the field, we can't get any cards from our decks without drawing them. It's your move.
It's my turn.
I don't get it. Why are you fighting so hard? You could just surrender the game. I can tell security to let you go. I can stop Seto from taking this any further, so why?
Kaiba humiliated my grandfather, subjected him to digital torture, all to take revenge on me. If I leave now, I wouldn't just be disregarding my grandfather's will. I'd be throwing away my pride as a duelist. Kaiba must pay for what he's done. I'll show him the heart of the cards by defeating him with the cards my grandfather poured his life into collecting. But before that, I'm going to defeat you! Draw!
Even if you say that, I've still got an overwhelming advantage. Go! Continuous Trap, Thunder Dragon Discharge. Now the activated effects of my Thunder monsters can't be negated. And if I summon a Thunder Dragon monster, I can banish a Thunder monster from my deck to destroy a spell or trap on your field.
I activate the spell, Pot of Extravagance. I can only use this at the beginning of my first main phase. I can now draw a card for every 3 random monsters I banish from my extra deck face down. I banish the maximum 6 monsters to draw 2 cards. Now, for the rest of this turn, I'm not permitted to draw any further cards with effects.
Planning to defend some more with the cards you have available?
No. I plan to win this very turn!
What? How?
I'll show you! First, I activate the Quick Play spell, Forbidden Droplet! By sending cards from my hand or field to the graveyard, I can have the attack values of an equivalent amount of monsters on your field, as well as negate their effects. I send my Celtic Guard Capsule and my Lingering Spellbinding Circle from the field, along with this card in my hand. The Dark Magician! With that, I'll power down your 3 Thunder Dragons! Now then, I think I'll activate your field spell, Capsule Monster Chess! I'll place the Dark Magician I just tossed into a capsule.
What the? You plan to upgrade Dark Magician? Sorry, but that part of the effect only works during the end phase.
I don't intend to upgrade my Dark Magician. I'm going to release it from the capsule.
Huh?
I activate my set Quick Play spell, Materialization. Because my Dark Magician's in the spell and trap zone, I can choose to apply one of 3 effects to it. I choose to summon it to the field. Come forth, Dark Magician! Next, I pay 1,000 life points to activate my other spell card, Diffusion Wave Motion! Because my Dark Magician is a level 7 or higher spellcaster, its Dark Magic attack now becomes a Dark Magic Wave, making it attack all your monsters this turn. Additionally, the effects of the monsters it destroys are negated.
Your math is off. Even if you wipe my field, I'll still have life points left.
I'm well aware. I'll fix that with one more card. Go! Equip spell! Mage Power! My Dark Magician now gains 500 attack points for every spell and trap on my field. Since I only have my Mage Power, it only gains 500 attack. But that's more than enough to wipe you out! Battle! Go, Dark Magician! Dark Magic Wave! No outro segments for this one, as this leads directly into the lore segment for the next duel, which will be the one that finally connects us to the anime's version of events, Seto Kaiba vs. Dark Yugi. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.